Hi Libra, welcome to Stardust Astrology. This is your monthly forecast for November 2016, and this is going to apply if you have your ascendant or moon to the largest extent in Libra, to a lesser degree if your sun is in Libra, in which case it will affect mostly your career and overall vitality. It can also apply if your Aruda Lagna is in Libra, in which case this is going to describe what the world sees about you this month. And if your Atma Karaka is in Libra, it can also apply, in which case you are going to be feeling this very personally. Now, the first thing that we can notice when we look at your chart is that there will be a new moon in Libra, but also that all planets are placed from one side of Rahu Ketu axis, and that all of them are direct this month, which brings about certain imbalance. And there is no better sign to deal with imbalances than Libra, right? You guys, your life lesson is to balance things, and usually Libra's people lives are so imbalanced because they're learning to balance things. If you want to balance something, it means that it has to be very unbalanced, right? Anyhow, I don't believe in total balance. Total balance is the state where nothing moves, everything is perfectly still, and life and nature do not support this. Whenever we have this kind of situation, it's for a very short time period, it's mostly illusionary. It is just that we are not noticing where the energies are shifting, accumulating, where we are losing them, and so on. And it is just preparing the ground for for something to happen. So this kind of placement of planets in the area of your life, which mostly has to do with your personal life and all direct, says that there will be a lot of activities in private areas of your life this month. Now I'm using Vedic sidereal positions, which means that we are currently in the month of Libra, not Scorpio. Scorpio would be the sign which is active now in Western astrology approach. In Vedic sidereal astrology, we have entered the month of Libra, and we have entered this month starting from the 16th of October. Sorry, not 16th, 17th of October. This was the day when Sun entered Libra. And for those of you guys who have Sun in Libra, I wish you a very happy birthday, and may you have a great year. And for those of you guys who have a ascendant in Libra or a moon in Libra, this means that Sun is currently transiting your first house, which means that it is kind of putting you in the center of all attention at the moment, and being in the center of attention and still maintaining balance, well, that can be quite difficult. When Sun is in Libra, we want a relationship, but then we want this relationship to be all about us, and that really creates power struggles, imbalances usually, if we don't know how to handle that. So these kinds of scenarios are possible for all of us in some area of our life in this time period, as well as for you guys. It may affect you very personally. Some Libras are uncomfortable when they are put in the center of attention, especially if people are commenting on you and criticizing you. That can hurt a Libra. And with Sun in Libra, even if nobody criticizes you, you in the first house, you become very aware of all of your personal imperfections and imbalances, and you have this feeling that everybody can see them. So it can also be uncomfortable for some Libras. For those of you who do not find this uncomfortable, enjoy the month of the Sun in your first house and being the center of attention. This is one very socially active month, and apart from you guys being a very social sign, Sun also rules your 11th house of big social circles, so they're all coming to you now, which again points that this can be a very, very socially active month. Now this month we are having a new moon in Libra. Actually, it occurred on the 30th of October, but the things that are started by the new moon are the energies that affects us for the next at least 28 days, which means on the 30th of October was the start of one new lunar cycle, which carries on throughout November. And whenever we have a new moon, it means that something new happens in the area of our life where it falls. For you guys, this now falls in the first house, which means that you yourself and your whole life can be affected. Especially if your Libra placements are in Swati Nakshatra. Swati Nakshatra is spread from 6.40 to 20 degrees of Libra by Vedic Sidereal positions. If you want to search for it in a Western system, this will be, let's say, approximately from 2, I think, to 16 Scorpio or something like that. This area of Libra is called Swati Nakshatra, and people who are born under the influence of Swati are very independent, restless people who like to roam around freely. They appreciate their freedom very much. They are adaptable, very intelligent people, usually like to spread information around. They learn easily. They are very civilized, courteous people, business-minded, long-term planners. They are very diplomatic. They can be easily recognized in society due to their skills. Some of them are very rich. Some of Swati natives have a bit stronger sexual desires. Of course, all of them, as all other Libra people, are constantly seeking for that balance. And all in all, this is one of very smooth nakshatras in the zodiac, which show easy sail, right? Things which come to us without struggle, except if Sun is placed here. Now I'm talking about the Ascendant and Moon. Sun is Swati, will bring you something completely different, and it's not a very easy position. The ego gets challenged a lot. Swati Nakshatra is ruled by Venus, right? Like the whole Libra sign, and simultaneously Rahu. And it means that this new moon that we are going to have in Libra on the 30th of October is ruled by both Venus and Rahu. Now, as I said, when the new moon falls in your first house, it brings about very personal new beginning, which is going to affect you yourself and your whole life. If your sun is in Swati, it will most likely bring some changes to your career, and if your moon is placed in Swati, it can bring about some changes in your private life, even moving houses. Now let's look at the nature of this new moon, this new beginning. What's it gonna be about? What's it gonna taste like? It is going to have the taste of Swati with all the characteristics that I've just described. Plus, it is conjunct Mercury, and for you guys, Mercury rules houses 12, where Virgo is, and 9, where Gemini is. And both of these houses are associated with foreigners, foreign travel, foreign businesses on one hand, and with spirituality on the other hand. So I'm going to cover both of these things. When it falls in your first house, it can bring a very powerful new beginning, right? And when it conjuncts those houses 9 and 11, it can have a foreign influence to it. Now, Mercury, apart from ruling your houses 9 and 12, Mercury in any sign in the first house has directional strength, which means it will help us adjust to any changes that happen easily. It will also boost experimental approach to life, so you will be more prone to taking chances with this new moon. Now, on the other hand, it can be too scattered, and there are also other influences that support this. Swati Nakshatra is scattered, so with this Mercury conjunct this, you may be suddenly talking so much and communicating so much, especially maybe in foreign languages and with foreigners, that it can to some extent be even exhausting. Anything that starts at this new moon may seem unstable and may not show its results right away. One of the tendencies of Swati people is to procrastinate as well. It does happen. And one of the characteristics of Swati is that it doesn't have very stable roots, right? We said it's a roaming nakshatra due to influence of Rahu. So whatever new beginning in your life you have this month, it may not start at something very stable, but it has a huge potential to grow into something stable down the road. And now with the influence of Mercury, who rules 9 and 12, it may seem destined. You know, Jupiter in your 12th house is expanding not only your subconscious mind. 12th house, I do not agree with those who say the 12th house rules your subconscious mind. I think this is more the realm of the 8th house, and the 12th house is more something like the collective unconscious mind, when things from the collective unconsciousness, which are related to us, manifest in the world. It tends to feel like something fated or destined. So this is the kind of new beginning that you might have this month, the feeling that you might have around it. Again, because of the influences of houses 9 and 12, this may bring a new position if you are working in a foreign company, or it may bring a new job if you have applied for a job in a foreign company, or you may even do that this month. It may also denote dealing with foreigners if you have your own private business, foreigners coming to you, right? It may, if you're in some kind of involved in some kind of charity work. It may bring donations from abroad. And I said that for those of you guys who are on a spiritual path, this could be the month that brings you self-realization, because both the rulers of the 12th and the 9th house are together with this new moon, and Venus, who rules you guys, will be together with Saturn. Venus and Saturn is a very spiritual position in the sign of Scorpio. It can be very transformative. So I see a strong potential for something like that here. If it doesn't bring anything business related, it will certainly bring restlessness, roaming around, a lot of socializing. If you guys are married, by the middle of November, your partners could be a bit pissed because of you running around and roaming, you know, like being in 1,000 places, not paying so much attention to your partnerships. One other thing that this can bring, it can you could decide to start a new diet, because again, Venus, the ruler of your first house, will be in the second house, and together with Saturn, this can have the potential to bring diet, you know, the start of a new diet, because Saturn can restrict the appetite in the second house. Again, since the first house affects your physical body as well, and the second house affects your daily routines, among other things. Some of you guys could start yoga this month. Both Swati and the influence of the 12th and the 9th house support this, with Venus with Saturn in the second. This is also supported. It may become something as your everyday routine. And again, a strong possibility to start to develop a new source of income. Now, this is something that you have been dealing with from November 2014, with this Saturn in Scorpio in your second house. When Saturn comes to the second house, oh boy, you have to invest a lot of effort to earn yourself some money and some security and stability. You may feel very tired while doing it, very unsatisfied while doing it. You may feel like you are underpaid. And since the beginning of 2016, Rahu moved into your 11th house, and Rahu in the 11th house gives big ambitions and gives huge dreams. So I think by now you guys are tired of investing so much energy into a job which is either financially unsatisfying or in some other way unsatisfying. Rahu is pushing you in a new direction. So actually this could be one of the months when this comes through for you, because also in the first half of November, Rahu will be transiting the point which was eclipsed on September the 1st in your 11th house. So try to remember if anything was happening at the end of August, beginning of September. Were you talking to someone? Were you applying for a job somewhere? Were you even thinking about something? Anything that was a predominant theme for you guys back then could be something that materializes now, especially if this is related to either your income, your family life, or you yourself personally, your position and standing, not only in the society, in the world. Right after this new moon on October the 30th. On November the 1st, Mars moves from Sagittarius to Capricorn, which means from your third house to your fourth house. And while Mars was in your third house, you were investing a lot of effort after chasing something that you want to chase. When Mars comes into the fourth house, it's time to slow down a little bit, but this can be a tricky position because this is a very emotional house. It describes in what ways we feel peaceful and happy. How do we rest? It describes the situation at our homes behind the closed doors. And if you ask me, Mars does not belong there. Whenever Mars transits the fourth house, there can be a lot of energy which is not properly directed, and therefore you become nervous. People can even feel stronger heartbeats during this transit, like literally irregular heart rates. It is a very irritating transit. It can bring about fights, domestic fights. And for you guys, it can be this is especially possible because this Mars rules your second house of family and seventh house of partners. So you could be worked up and tired by now, and in the mood for some arguments with your family and your partners. This energy can be somewhat properly directed if you are working from home, which is possible in this period. Later in November, there will be a stellium in your second house. Stellium means several planets in one place. Mercury will move in your second house on the 9th of November. Sun is going to move to your second house on the 16th of November, so that is going to put a lot of emphasis on money, on budgeting, on your family life, some everyday necessities that you need in order to feel safe. And all of that will be ruled by this nervous Mars who wants to restructure, things in the fourth house. But then again, the ruler of the fourth house is Saturn, and he's gone to your second house. So these guys could be working together. Now, you are ruled by neither of them. You're ruled by Venus. So for you guys, it is especially important to monitor where Venus goes. And on the 7th of November, Venus will go to Sagittarius, to your third house, which means that now you will want to pursue things that you want regardless of what anyone else thinks about that. Your desires could be very strong at this time period. And what could that desire be? Well, it could be to travel with both Sagittarius and Jupiter, who rules this Venus now from the 12th house. You might feel strong urge to travel. Especially the new moon in the first house is supportive of that. So this could be the month when you go somewhere. You guys may want to roam around the town with your friends and go drinking at the bars and having fun, or I don't know, go to a local casino or something like that, or just read a book in the privacy of your home. But it might be a bit difficult because this poor Venus is a bit crashed from both sides, from Saturn in the second and Mars in the fourth. It means that you may desire all of that, but you need to earn money. You don't have enough money. You have too much work to do at home. You might be, if you guys have partners who you live with, maybe you have decided to do some restructuring at your home, or maybe for some of you guys this could even be the month when your partner moves in with you. It is possible. So all of these influences could irritate you, and November could be a month when your immune system suffers because of this a bit. So it is possible to catch a cold, for example, with something like this. It is also possible to have a pneumonia. I don't wish you a pneumonia. Just take care of your respiratory systems and make sure you get plenty of rest here. For those of you guys who are planning on moving abroad, this is the month when this could happen. The last influence that we have this month is full moon in Aries, which is happening on November the 14th. So whatever new developments there are, whatever new things you're starting, make sure you do them in the period from the 1st November to the 13th of November, because on the 14th of November there will be a full moon in your 7th house, which will automatically pull your energy towards other people. Either your business partners or your clients or your husband, wife, other people that you have to deal with. And it will bring about culminations in these areas of life. It happens in the nakshatra of Kritika. And Kritika is not a very diplomatic nakshatra. Now, Libra is the most diplomatic sign in the whole zodiac. They are the true negotiators. Aries, on the other hand, they are not. They're true, bosses, dictators, generals. They march head on, and especially in the nakshatra of Kritika, they're totally undiplomatic. So there could be some issues with your partners when they behave in a totally, let's say, brash manner and are full of harsh words towards you guys this month. Or if you're so integrated that you're not projecting your 7th house to other people, it could be that you take this approach towards them, because you will be tired and sick. There will be sick of working too much and not seeing some special benefits from that. Or even if you do, there will be so much things happening around that you could lash out at some point. If it doesn't manifest that way, it could manifest as your partner getting a promotion, because in this kind of scenario, Kritika supports promotions, and the 7th house is the house of your husband or a wife, with Mars being in the 10th house. Sorry, not 10th, 4th, but the 4th is 10th to the 7th, meaning it shows the career of your partner. They could be promoted during this month. If that is not the case, you may decide to end a partnership with somebody that you have been partnered with. If you don't have a partner, this might be the month when you start the partnership with someone, especially if we are talking about home-based business with foreign countries, for example, this month. If you are not married, the influence that you have been having from the beginning of 2016 is Ketu in your 5th house, which rules lovers, and Ketu in the 5th house will bring dissatisfaction. It's just running into people who you always somehow end up disappointed by them, or it can even happen that the area where Ketu transits, nothing is happening there. This is also a strong possibility. So you might feel a bit lonely in your private life. When I say private, I mean romantic life, and therefore turn more towards your friends. If you guys have children, Ketu in the 5th with Saturn in the 2nd can bring issues with children and family, but this is an influence that you are already used to by now. But this can, for example, be good for those of you guys who are doing some kind of research. This Ketu in 5th is a good thing for research, and with Saturn in the 2nd, it could even bring you money from research. If you have grown-up children, it could be that they are moving out of the house either this month or during this year. A strong possibility for that. And I think I've mostly covered all of it so far for the month of November. After this full moon on November 14th, you're going to feel the energies calming down a little bit. So for example, the last week of November is going to be a bit more peaceful than the weeks before that. Not that you won't have work to do, you will have some work to do, but all the processes will be started already. Some of them will have already gone through the culminations, so you will start to slowly see the situation taking a shape of some kind of routine that you're now familiar with. Okay, the next lunar cycle will start on the 29th of November, and I mostly go by lunar cycles because they show the fields of development. You know, human-made calendars are maybe useful to navigate everyday activities, but to make the most out of your life energies, they are totally unuseful. And this is why I go by lunar cycles, because they will always show the area of focus and the area where new things will be happening for you. So new developments are happening for you guys in your 2nd house of money and family in the month of December. New lunar cycle starts on November 29th, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll see you guys before that to see how we can best navigate the month of December. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful and make the most out of the energies available to you in November. Have a great month. Thank you for listening, and bye bye.